I am recording.
YouTubers,
I totally broke up, man. That sucks. I'm sorry.
YouTubers.
That's better. Okay, so um, last week we had um basically downtime. You guys were going around talking to different merchants and different NPCs in the clan hall. You guys were doing some listening to some or eavesdropping on conversations in the tavern. You heard a few rumors, including um, undead at a town to the north of the clan hall called Ost- Austin, uh, and rumors of a food shortage. Um, you also see Valakad also had a vision from their deity and a meeting with the clan mother. Um, just a second. Okay. Um, during the meeting with the clan mother, um, Valakad was given a quest. Whether or not they share that with the party, that's up to them. Um, was also told about um, given more details about the undead and the food shortage, for which she was or they were told to contact Commander Jadestone if um, if you guys were willing to attempt to aid them. Um, um, for I guess shits and giggles, we'll say that during the time that Durkar was in the forge, doing all his work in the forge, he was approached by da, 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 da. Uh, Weapons Master Rothrick's Doubthammer, who told him that um, during the siege, the eldest son of the Strongforce family from Corton was injured, and in the haste to return him to his hometown to convalesce and hopefully recover. Um, Apparently, some family weapon and armor had been left behind, and he asked Ricard if you guys are headed that direction, if you wouldn't mind returning it.
I'm sure Durkar would love to do that.
I hope so. If you give me a second, I'll update the quest thing. That's not yours. Go. Go on. Like, okay. Okay. That's. We'll pick it up. Oh, she also gave you each 250 gold. I don't know if you guys recorded that or not. I hope so.
I did, and it looks like Durkar did.
Can you double check to make sure Murnar did? He was saying something about his computer not working at the end of the session last week. Reardon, Aramel, did you guys get that 250?
It looks like it.
I think so. I've got
Okay.
plenty of platinum to have accounted for it.
He didn't. I just added it to his.
Okay. How much is plenty, Dad?
Well, I've got 40 platinum,
Okay, that's
and
plenty. That's
250 would be 25.
Okay. So we'll pick it up with Valcat coming back from the meeting with Clan Mother, and let you guys have your conversations at that point.
Alright, so I will come back to the peoples. Meet you at the, I guess, tavern. Or food hall or whatever. And obviously hand out the gold. And I will mention that there's something that the clan mother asked me if we would be willing to do, and I said that we most likely should be able to do it. Something that we will have to talk about when we're out of the earshot of others. Kind of motioning with my head towards the other dwarves that are around. And that we might want to talk to Commander Jadestone about the undead if we want to, or no, not undead, about the food shortage if we, or sorry, about the, what shortage, if we want to help with that. I know what I'm trying to say, damn it. I'm not saying it. Yeah, I will leave that to everybody else if we want to talk to the commander regarding the, you know what? And we can talk later about the other thing.
Just for myself, anything that you need in the way of help, just tell me and I'll do it. It seems like the clan mother has treated us well, so why shouldn't we do her bidding until such time as we find there's something objectionable? And so far, everything seems fine.
I agree.
Durkar agrees. Wyrnar agrees. Since they can't defend themselves.
Well, I didn't really expect them not to agree.
Durkar will mention that he would like to, before we set out, he would like to go get some supplies for resummoning his little baby dragon that got killed recently.
Pretty sure that he doesn't require supplies for that.
I honestly didn't look at it. It was something that he mentioned on the phone.
It's fine. If he does, he gets them. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't, but... In the meantime, after you guys have discussed things, Yurnar will pipe up and say that he has been asked to um, run an important errand for his temple here in the clan hall, but that you guys should continue with your plans and he will catch up.
Um, but you're kind of how we stay alive.
Yes, I have a. My temple has promised me that they will um, send a temporary in my place. Um, he won't be a follower of Duargo. Um, he or she, they won't be follower of Duargo. I've not met this person yet, but I understand they are a follower of Respawn. So take that as you will. He says, just continue about your business and I'll catch up to you as soon as I can. It shouldn't take very long.
Alright, I'm confused.
What are you confused about?
Uh, I thought Valhad was going to go get some supplies. And now we're leaving, okay.
Yeah, you guys are. Durkart got the spice he needed and has returned. Myrnar has told you guys that he's leaving the party for now, but is you guys are getting a temporary in his place, and he will catch up when he is able to, because I don't like the idea of somebody else RPing his character for an extended period of time. So we're gonna throw in a temporary character.
Especially if he has to level, because
Yeah, because at this point, Mjolnir hasn't even leveled from 3 to 4. Kenny hasn't even leveled his character to 4 yet, so it's all on Mjolnir.
Alright. No, I understand. Sorry.
No, that's cool. I don't mind explaining. It just
when Kenny mentioned this, other plans, I don't know, things have gone into the works to plan around his missing for work.
yeah. Don't let that make you think I'm not gonna give him crap for missing my game. Because I'm gonna give him lots of crap for that.
Yeah, he'll need it.
But okay, so Mjolnir will leave. Um, And Sky, feel free to bring your temporary cleric or whatever it is, I don't know, in to join us, unless you have another location or time you want to introduce him.
This is Bairn of Clan Iron Axe.
My first question is he capable of doing the things that Mjolnir's been doing? No offense intended to the dwarf, and just in some of the battles I've seen situations where we were able to do a good bit more than some of the clan members were.
Guess you'll find out.
That's fair enough. One additional question. On these quests or missions on behalf of the clan mother, are we expecting to take part of her house complement with us, the ones that we've been working with, or are they staying here?
I believe they are staying here. She has given me a bunch of stuff to take with us and take care of.
That's fair enough. As far as the details of her assignments, I agree with you. We should wait until we are only our own little group. We'll be including Baron in the confidence.
We'll deal with that when it happens.
As you say. So where shall we begin?
Which way are we going?
Dinner right now, I think. If I remember right, I had the vision with the wet stuff, and then I dried that stuff out, and then went and prayed, and then picked up my bottle, and then went and talked to the clan mother. I want to say in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 3ish in the afternoon. Unless you feel like you would have gone to see her later.
No, I was gonna go and see her like right after lunch, so that would make sense. Yeah, we want to head out now or stay another night before we head out.
Why don't we look to our supplies and then head out first thing in the morning?
Sounds good to me.
Works for me.
I don't really know that I need any supplies, but it's probably better to check. I'll turn toward Bear and, and say, I'm Aramel Nightbreeze. I'm a trapper and a woodsman. And if you need something of me, please just let me know.
Well met.
I'm Jordan.
Nice to meet you. I'm Balakan. Nice to meet you. Your car with a really, really high voice. Nice to meet you. Because I'm a lizard.
Have we been placed on the map somewhere?
I guess we go check our site and then maybe go to bed.
Sounds all right.
I'm sorry, go check your what?
Check our site, check our shit.
Oh, gotcha. Were you guys planning to go visit Jadestone?
Oh yeah, we should probably do that. Let's go do that.
Lead on. I don't know where he is, but I bet you do.
Aaron, would you lead on? Cause I can't see worth a shit in this place.
I can certainly take you to Jadestone. Or he can certainly take you to Jadestone. As soon as I pull up the map again. Okay, he leads you out of the ale hall, south to his temple district, your temple area, and then east to the offices. And here, as you guys are exiting, or as you guys are coming up on the office of Gasper Jadestone, a young dwarf comes running out of the office, closing the door behind him, and literally runs right into Valakad. He kind of takes a step back, apologizes, and starts to walk around. And he hesitates, looks down at his piece of paper in his hands, then up at the party, and then down at the paper again, and then up at the party again. And he says, he just gets a great big grin on his face. He says, "This is for you," and hands you a piece of
Thank
paper.
you. I will read the paper to the others. And it says, ...
Gasper Jadestone is requesting an audience with your party.
I will say that, and I guess open the door if there is a door, and walk in and say, "Excuse me, you requested our presence, sir?"
He'll kind of just kind of stare at you for a moment and say, "That was quick."
We pride ourselves on our expedience.
Very well then. I've been told by the clan mother that, and he kind of glances over your shoulder to make sure there's not any extra ears in the hallway. He says, "I understand you've been made aware of the food shortage."
Yes, we have. Is there anything that we can do to help alleviate that situation?
Well, we currently have some negotiations in place that should um should cover us in the in the long run. But in the short term, we're going to need to supplement our food supply. Um, there are several nearby um, settlements, communities that uh, we may be able to borrow, buy, negotiate in some way a portion of food from them. Um, One would be the um, dwarven community of Elston to the north. There's a community, Corton, to the west. And then there is a see, Corton is a halfling community. Um, and to the southwest, there's a human community. He kind of looks over your party, says, "Majority of you." He kind of looks at Aramil and Reardon with a little bit more, um, I don't know.
Scrutiny.
Thank you. Why are you shaking? Is it thundering already? Um, yeah, he looks at Aramil and Reardon with a little more scrutiny. Before saying, "With the majority of you being human, you shouldn't have too much trouble negotiating for food there. Um, you may have to depend on a dwarven ally." And he looks at Baron, for negotiations in Alston, unless you can get on their good sides, as you have here. Um, if you are willing to visit any or all of those communities to attempt to negotiate for food supply for the clan hall, it would be greatly appreciated. Or if
I
you,
believe we are all of acceptance and willing to help the clan hall. Done plenty for us, so love to show our continued support.
By the way, there is a quests handout that I haven't shown you guys until now. It's under the lore folder. Um, well, I'll see to it that you are well rewarded if you can find enough food for us um, to hold us over until our long-term negotiations come in. Currently have about enough food for a month. So if we don't start receiving food before then, there could be an issue.
I will nod my head.
Is there anything else I can help you with, or any questions I can answer?
Have we gotten map type stuff for the way to Austin? I think we're heading there for the undead stuff first.
Myrnar and Baron would both know where that is, so.
Okay, then I would say, no, I think that should be it. We will take off tomorrow morning, first light.
Good, I'm glad to hear it, and we shall look forward to news of your success.
Short bow and look back at the others to leave because I can't get through. And then we will leave.
Okay. So I'll take you back to the tavern because that seems to be like a... Hey, no. Seems to be like your home base in this one. This is the ale hall.
That's fine as long as I have ale.
The dwarves, they'll have ale long after they run out of food.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Hey, if they got Guinness, they don't need food.
They have it, but they don't call it Guinness. So, that takes a whole of half an hour. You guys just want to call it a night and head out at first light, or
Probably.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Give me a chance to go through my gear and make sure that I'm not missing anything that's important. But given there are no surprises, I'll be ready to go at first light. Of course, right now I can't even figure out where my room is, but
Join the club.
hmm?
Join the club. I ain't got an idea. Guess we just sleep on the floor.
It's the one with the bed over there. Oh no, over no, wait, no. Scratch it. I'm blind.
okay. At this point, you guys will just theater of the mind it. Just you guys head off to your beds for the night. Baron promises to return here first thing in the morning.
All right. I'll certainly go and go through all of my gear, make sure everything is clean and tight and sharp, so that we're ready to go. And then I'm off to bed.
Okay. Well, come on. Roll 20 is not cooperating with me tonight. Anyone else having issues with roll 20?
Nope.
Only that it's so small I can't hardly read it. But I find the older I get, the smaller things get.
Of course it's unresponsive. That's why I tried to reset it.
You'll find talking to a computer does no good. Darn things just don't listen.
Sorry, I had to close completely out of Roll20 because it was pissing me off.
Sure, Carl will spend an hour casting Find Familiar before bed.
Boy. At least the API is working. For now,
Don't say that too loud.
right?
Oh my gosh, the arrows are working too. It's amazing.
Okay, so you guys wake up in the morning. Um,
We've gained a long rest.
yeah, if you want to. Oh, yes, you do gain a long rest.
I thought it might make a difference in my HP, but it doesn't.
Is yours screwed up too?
I don't think so. It's just that I would like to have more than the hit points that I have.
More than the 39?
Yes.
Well,
And 39 just seems like such a puny number.
it's actually more than a lot of people.
Well, it's okay. It
You
still
can
could
have
be
mine
more.
if you want. I'll trade you.
No, I
I'll
wouldn't
trade
want
you
to
in a
do that.
heartbeat.
I wouldn't want to do that. But it just, you know, somehow in the middle of a battle, 39 just doesn't seem like very much.
Believe it or not, you have more than your tank.
So this morning, I
Yeah.
got my gear all packed and sling it over my shoulder, and I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna double check everything, make sure I got it all. It's all stowed away properly. Put it on my back and say, "Lead on."
I will let Baron lead us out since I can't see.
You can't see. I hope that's a temporary situation.
Yeah, well, I don't get dark vision, so.
Well, one of us needs to find a spell of dark vision and make sure you're covered.
Someday,
Yeah.
maybe.
So far I haven't seen it, so if I do, I'll make sure to get a slot for it.
It's a second level spell. Okay, so you guys head out if I can get my map to change. Hmm. Hey Scott, can you change the map?
Where do we want to go?
Main map, the world map.
Yep, I got players over there, and I'm over there.
Main map is up, but it appears that we're missing some of the names across the bottom.
I'm not on there currently because I'm having issues. Um, and then
Mhm.
Durkar and Kenny obviously aren't on there.
Yeah, and is it Stern?
On the main map, we wouldn't. That's the region map, right?
Yeah,
We wouldn't have our characters. It's got the party symbol.
yeah, that's true. Okay, which town are we going to first? Which is going to be the hardest nut to crack?
Urquhart has a quest for Corton, and we got the undead quest for Houston.
And I believe both Corton and Austin are on our list for food supplies. That sounds like as good a place as any to start, unless what is Bairn? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Right. Unless he thinks there's something better. But that's between you and he.
Corton is to the west, and Austin is to the north. We got to go at least west to get past this mountain, or get down the mountain to where we can start heading north. So, Corton and then Austin.
Whatever works.
Or White, would you prefer Durkar to be here for Horton for his quest? If he was given this quest.
Mm,
The towns, I presume, are being represented by that blue circle.
yes.
I guess head up to Ouston, help them out, and then come back down to Horton on the way down to South Lake. Maybe we'll hit Horton next week when Durkar's actually with us, so that he can do his quest.
If he's with us.
Yep, this boy.
We can always hope.
Or we might get into 7 weeks of combat, and then he'll definitely be with us. Maybe, hopefully.
I don't usually do 7 weeks combat this early in the campaign. And that was a siege. Come on now.
Oh, I was just talking about me. Like 2, 3, 4 weeks, and I'm like, oh, well, we're still in combat. Holy crap. I don't know if it's been that bad, but still.
I don't recall being in combat for that many weeks on your game.
I think like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks on one.
I mean, I know several times we'll end the combat or end the session in combat, and then obviously start the next session still in combat, and then we'll have we'll finish the combat and we'll have some RP or whatever, and we go into another combat where we end the session. That kind of thing.
True.
But I don't recall being completely in combat for more than a session in your game. I could be misremembering, but
Don't do that.
not quite as straight, but if you're following the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically. Sure, why not? Yeah, let's go and try to save Corton for what's his name. That way I can actually RP the quest with him. Maybe he'll feel like he's tied a little bit more to the game. So I get the feeling he feels like he's just kind of a aside, not really a part of the game. If that makes sense. Which I probably shouldn't really be saying on recording, but a little late
That's
now.
what I was thinking.
That's the impression I get. I mean, I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, we'll deal with that later. So, follow the yellow brick road. Or the brown mud road.
Well, certainly not yellow.
Not yet.
So Baron heads west, following the road. About an hour before dark, he turns north as you guys come around the foothills. I guess it'd be a little more than an hour.
See, you just think about it and the road appears.
Like magic.
Okay, so long about the time the sun goes down, you guys are out on the road again for the first time since heading for the clan mother, or chasing after the clan mother. One of the first things you do notice as you come out of the entrance is that the bodies of the large, what were they, ogres, have been hauled away, and either through rain magic or elbow grease, any sign of them, including any possible blood left behind, or that might have been left behind, is no longer visible. But this close to the clan hall, your travel's relatively quiet, outside of passing a merchant here or there, either coming or going.
Since we're setting up camp, I'll go in the woods around and pick up wood for a fire.
Is it still light out?
It is not. It is, well, the sun is just going down.
Okay. And I won't go hunting.
I'm sorry, you said you're gonna go hunting?
No, I said I won't go hunting.
Oh, okay. Well, you can go hunting if you want.
Yeah. Oh,
Some of the best huntings at twilight.
You can at least see it in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
I do my best work in the dark.
rogues doing it from behind since 1976.
76?
Or no, 1974. Sorry,
Why, why 74?
I think that's when D&D came out because we're at 50th
Oh, gotcha.
anniversary next year.
Gotcha. Well, hey, say, but that's
Thing was for WoW, but
yeah, that term got associated with rogues from WoW. But that's
without D&D, rogues for WoW would have never been born.
this is true. So, sun is just going down. You guys are still on the road. Are you guys gonna try to find a place to stop? You gonna keep going?
I will totally.
You guys have made it to the crossroads to decide whether to go northwest or northeast.
Durkar will totally try and search for a good place to camp.
Durkar will instead of Valakad? Because Durkar's chances are higher?
Too higher, but yes.
Okay.
Actually, it's about the same. He's proficient, but we both got 2. Weird.
Survival.
Yeah.
Your
But
wisdom is probably higher than his.
yeah. But I'm gonna say him because, as far as Valakad roleplay wise, we're not on the ocean, so no.
Gotcha. Okay. Um.
You want survival also for the wood gathering?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. Um. Reardon, what did you decide on hunting? Yes or no?
No, I'm not going to go hunting.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm not going to find a lot of wood, it looks like.
Probably not. Um. Durkar finds a kind of a little sunken little bowl that kind of lets you hide um from anyone looking towards your direction. You'd be below the earth line for them, out of line of sight for anyone looking your direction, unless they were pretty much right on top of you. Um, just kind of like a little bowl in the ground kind of thing. If it starts to rain, you probably don't want to stand there very long. Um, that being said, Airmill, you find a number of logs. Um, unfortunately, most of what you find is still alive, and if you try to burn it, it'll probably smoke quite a bit. As far as dead wood is concerned, you find enough for probably 2 hours.
Okay, well, bring it back and we'll set up a fire and Then bank around the fire with the greener wood. So give it time to dry out some before it burns. And we don't need a great big fire because it's not that cold. And if you doubt me, just take a trip to the 10 towns.
In the world where the gold lizard is from.
Yes. In any case, our position is so that we'll build the fire right next to the embankment of this little hollow
Okay.
so that whatever light and heat there is will be reflected back toward our camp and not out into the plains.
Okay.
My thought is that we'll burn the dry wood first, and who knows, we may not even need the rest. Depends on how much wood we're going to need for cooking. It seemed to me that, as being our first day out, we might want to use rations instead of expecting to cook.
Well, you're gonna have to because nobody's going hunting.
Yeah.
Go and give me some rolls, Valakad.
Survival.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me.
Wow. That's interesting. There should not be a 2 on that Bairns.
Baron doesn't have his own guidance.
No. I gave him other stuff.
Okay. Weird. Divine caster without guidance just feels wrong to me.
I figure since Valakat has it, it's good enough.
Okay. You find enough herbs for 2 tinctures, and Baron finds enough. See, how much are we? How are we measuring these brew herbs?
No clue. I had 0 thought in it. It was just like, hey, this guy can do this. I'm like, sweet, cool. That guy does that.
Um. Okay, I guess I'm coming up with this on the fly. Let's call it a 5-gallon flask cask that he brews in, and each unit of herbs that you find would be enough to brew a gallon. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds fine.
Okay, so you find enough herbs for a gallon of whatever you're brewing. You can choose what you're brewing.
We'll just call it freaking. I don't know.
Mead
It's
or
an
ale or
yeah. We'll call it mead,
okay.
just for RP.
Okay. That sounds good to me. Especially since I'm hoping this character won't be with the party for very long. No offense.
No offense taken.
Although he did say for a couple of months.
Knock on wood, it's really like 1 month.
Although that was like already like 3 weeks ago, so you know.
No, I think it's a week ago.
Said 5/19 was when he put it on. So.
Oh.
Okay, so we've done our night stuff. Watch.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, that's Reardon. Anyone else?
I can take a watch.
Okay,
And
that's
that'd be all you need, right?
Yep. I guess Reardon, give me your first perception check for the night. Well, I guess your only perception check, but
Okay, here we go.
first watch for the night.
I might get.
Well, you don't fall asleep at least. Um. Sometime in the middle of the night, you catch or middle of your shift, watch, whatever, you catch a falling star, or shooting star. Just kind of shooting across the sky. That's about as interesting as your watch gets.
I thought he was catching it. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Did I catch it? Isn't them things hot?
No, you saw it shooting across the sky.
Okay. I can do that.
Now I've got that song stuck in my head, Sky.
You're welcome.
Okay.
At least
Yeah.
it's not the song that never ends.
That one, it never really gets stuck.
Yeah.
Anyway. Reardon, your watch ends uneventfully, and yeah. You're good.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead. I'll quick and I let them know that I saw that shooting star. But other than that, nothing happened during the night.
Well, did you wish on it?
No, but I enjoyed watching it fly across the sky.
Okay, well, I'll get up, go look at the fire, see we're not burning too much of that dead wood. That's a good thing. We don't need to be creating the smoke column here.
Actually, at this
But
point,
maybe by this,
if you're not burning the green stuff, then it's gone out. It's just embers.
okay. Well, that's all right too, because we don't need to be raising a smokestack or a smoke column above us. So, but it's not cold, so we should be fine. And so I get ready. Presume you want perception.
Yeah.
All right. And I, kind of circle the camp and look to make sure everything's in order. And I step back away from the camp so that I'm not silhouetted against any small amount of ember glow there is. And find a place to sit and watch.
Okay. Um, your watch is uneventful as well. There's not a whole lot going on this close to Glen Hall at the moment. Um,
That's a good thing.
I'm pretty sure they would agree with you. Um, yeah, it's pretty quiet night.
Okay. And at the end of my watch, I go around and wake everyone. Tell them it's time to get up. We got to get moving. I get ready with my gear and pull a ration out of the gear or out of the backpack and then swing it up on my shoulder. And I'm waiting, ready for Baron to take us on.
I heard someone moan. Was that part of the RP or?
Yeah, that was me waking up from my tincture sleep.
Okay, just double checking. Um. See, as we wake up, why don't we go ahead and take a break? Go get drinks, food, rest your break, stretch, any combination thereof. And we'll meet back here.
Aye. Aye, aye, aye.
Back.
Me too.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. No, I'm here. I was taking care of something real quick. Replying to messages. I apparently got a lot of messages while I was away from the keyboard. Um, as you awaken from your long rest, um, I guess you guys are getting ready, eating breakfast, whatever. So I guess you guys are heading forward, or?
Yep. Ready to go and head out and explore this beautiful foresty stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Go and give me a survival check with Baron. Not like it takes a whole lot to stay on the road, but which in this case is probably a good thing. Okay. You continue heading northwest along the road. Sorry, northeast along the road. That's where you're going, right? Northeast.
Yep.
Okay. Um.
Eventually, I will get around to everybody. Kind of try and quietly explain what the clan mother tasked us to do. Trying not to let Baron overhear and explain that most dwarves uh, may take offense to what needs to be done, but uh, um, that the clan mother, her husband, is essentially on a quest of sorts to conjoin the deities, and in his falling, uh, certain parts of his being has to be sacrificed to each of the deities. Um, so I have certain parts and pieces that must be delivered and sacrificed to certain uh, temples or shrines or something, a place where each of the deities has a heavy connection to. it's probably better not to tell our new person. And once Murinar comes back, we'll have to decide whether we want to let him in on it or not as a dwarf. But she needs us to get this done eventually. It's not something that needs to be done right now, but if we happen to come across one of these in our travels, that we're supposed to do certain things. And I'll repeat that to each person as we're following Baron on our way.
And there's always a little trick in everything we do.
Ain't it though?
It keeps it from being boring.
That's for sure.
Okay. um. During the second half of your day, as in after lunch, well, what would be lunch? There's a Baron has worked himself a little ways ahead of you guys, probably 30 feet up ahead on the trail, as you guys kind of slow down to have your conversations. And he suddenly stops short and gives you guys the sign that he hears something. And he quickly moves off the trail, or off the road, kind of about 10 feet off into the trees.
I will follow suit.
I will do the same. I will also get my bow out and arrow be prepared.
Yeah, and I will draw my bow and knock an arrow as well, and try and blend into the trees.
Okay. A couple of tense moments later, you guys hear it too. You hear a um, very loud wagon rumbling its way down the road. It's being pulled by 4 horses. and you can hear the wagon creaking loudly as its cargo shifts back and forth with the different terrain, or the different rocks and ruts and such that it runs over in the road. Um, it's not moving particularly fast. It's a it's an open top wagon, but it does have it has tarps and blankets or something. Basically tarps. It has tarps thrown over top and tied, um, so as to completely cover whatever's in the wagon.
It's coming from Austin.
Yeah.
As it gets into range, I'm sure Durkar would use one of his divine sense to make sure there's no undead about. And I would imagine that Baron would do the same.
Just reading the abilities. Okay. 'As passes by, both of you do ping um, a single undead on the wagon, though it seems to be a very small one. Um, not your typical humanoid size.
There's multiple people on the thing.
Yeah, just from looking at it, you can see two people in the front seat. Um, there is a third laying down on top with a heavy crossbow. There are two walking along on either side of it, and there are two more falling behind on horses.
So 7.
7 plus the 2 in the seats. Yes.
Okay. And can we tell which is the undead?
Durkar and Baron cannot tell which one is the undead. Just that there is a small indication of undead there somewhere.
And do they look like dwarves?
Yes, they are dwarves, and they're all of them except for the two in the seats seem to be pretty heavily armored and armed. Pretty well geared, let's put it that way. 'Cause it's not like they're wearing plate armor.
I would imagine that a cleric would, especially a dwarf cleric, would step out and say halt in Dwarvish and ask why there's an undead presence within the group.
Okay, so at this point, the wagon would already have passed Baron before he would have been able to step out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so assuming he steps out to the point where he's essentially coming out onto the road next to one of the horses. Horse riders, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make the actual dwarven mounts, and they're going to be riding bears, not horses.
Makes sense.
Because I can retcon it because I'm the DM. So Baron steps out and even before he gets the chance to shout halt, the five around the wagon and the four around the wagon and the one on top of the wagon all have bows or crossbows pointed at him, and both of the dwarves on the bears pull weapons. And they're looking around very carefully for an ambush. And after a few moments, seeing no ambush, the cart does come to a stop, but weapons are still raised. Who are you that halts our wagon? One of the bear riders shouts at you.
Cleric from Clan Ironaxe. Sense an undead presence. Was told that y'all were having issues up yonder.
The Berator just kind of chuckles and says, I assure you, you're mistaken. As you can see, none of us here are undead.
We'll say, I assure you that Rathbon does not lie. If I sense you have an undead with you, you have an undead with you. Where are you going?
This wagon's headed for the clan hall. If you can sense this undead, tell us. Point them out so we can deal with them. And he kind of eyes the carefully scrutinizes each member of the group of his group.
He will use another. He will use another use of Eyes of the Grave and try and pinpoint the source.
Okay. Are you moving closer then, or?
Yeah.
Okay. As you move closer to the wagon, you can tell that whatever it is you're seeing, it's definitely smaller than a humanoid. But it's also somewhere under the tarp.
He'll point out. He'll point at the tarp and say, "It's under there."
Um, Damn it, what is that thing called? There we are. Did you really? Did I? I didn't even remember saying
No,
that.
no, you didn't. You didn't say that.
Okay.
I was just being me.
Okay. Um. The two bear riders dismount, kind of leave their bears to themselves and move forward. Weapons still raised as the man from the sitting in the seat of the wagon jumps down, comes around to the back. He unties one side or one corner and slowly pulls it back. It's revealing a pile of very well crafted, probably enchanted weapons and armors. But as he peels back the tarp, the guy on top of the tarp kind of slides down off the side and continues holding his crossbow. Kind of halfway between the wagon and Baron. Not really sure whether he should be targeting the wagon or the strange dwarf. But the driver continues to pull back, and there's no obvious indication of the creature. And give me a perception check, Baron. Okay. You kind of move around a little bit, trying to get a better look. Kind of look under suits of armors and between blades from stacks of swords. And finally you see this long furred tail kind of slowly swishing back and forth, tucked up underneath a shield. Towards the bottom of the wagon.
We will point at it and say, right there. You don't see that tail?
As you point out the tail, you hear a loud hiss. And you see a cat jump out from underneath the shield with kind of grayish white feathery wings on its back. And it looks at you and hisses again. And as it spreads its wings, you notice that you can see its spine and a good portion of its ribs. As in, there is no flesh covering the spine and the ribs.
A flying skeleton cat. Interesting.
It's a tressum.
What?
The creature's called a tressum. me a second.
Ah,
I'll show you a
That looks
picture.
like Angry Cat.
Um, there should be an image in, or maybe not. Did I not do the right one?
You clicked it, but it didn't. It's not showing the image. It's just showing a file.
Oh, because I clicked the wrong one. There. Yeah, they're winged cats. They basically make really good familiars because they're more intelligent than the typical cat.
Do they carry the skull with them?
No, that's decoration for the picture. So yeah, Baron has this Tressum hissing at him from the bed of this wagon.
I look around at everybody else and go, kind of raise his left arm, holding his shield in his right, and just be like, so.
Well, you seem to be a cleric. You take care of it.
I look to the forest and go, I'm not great with hitting things. Somebody else want to do something?
Are you calling for your friends
Yeah.
or allies, I should say? Okay, what do your allies do?
Well, I look over at Reardon and raise an eyebrow and say, "Do you want a first shot or shall I?"
I ain't even sure shooting that sucker's gonna work. God, that's an ugly creature. I'll take careful aim and draw my bow. Count to 3. Release the arrow. I know.
Okay, well, go and give me attack. An attack.
And at this point, we're still in the woods, right?
Yeah?
So the dwarves don't even really know we're here.
Nope, they're gonna be
You
surprised when
don't.
arrows come flying out of the woods.
And as Reardon draws his bow to shoot, I raise my bow to shoot also.
Okay, well, give me an attack.
And I'm sure a very determined gold lizard would start making his way towards this undead, unholy creature.
I think by now it's probably almost dead.
Both of those hit as Durkar comes running out of the woods. You wanna give me a damage roll, Reardon?
What did you need to roll?
Damage on your attack. Oh, that's good.
Oh,
You did.
I am already putting another arrow to the bow.
Okay.
Not as well.
What about Baron? Is he doing anything?
Sure, he'll get out his warhammer, and as the arrows hit, he'll kind of take a defensive stance and cast Toll the Dead.
That's wisdom, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
He got a 3. Um. So big golden lizard comes barreling out of the forest as 2 arrows sink into, or come flying out of the leaves, sinking into this creature, and Baron's Toll Dead hits it at the same time. The creature kind of dies with a very loud death wail. Just kind of curls up and withers away. There's little more than a few scraps of rotting fur left by the time it finishes. And the guards all kind of cover their noses and each of them have varying reactions to the very foul smell. Just as Durkar runs up and is ready to attack, there's nothing there for him.
You snooze, you lose.
I have a question.
I will try to have an answer.
In character, okay, I would ask them if they were going to where the clan mother was at.
Clan Hall?
Yeah, is that where they were headed?
Yes.
Then why were they carrying this creature?
We weren't aware it was there. It was hiding in the shipment.
You better come up with a better fairy tale than that.
Well, give me an insight check. Or you can just decide that they're lying and be done with it. That's up to you.
as 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 in character, I'm just gonna assume that they're lying,
Okay.
because we just rescued the clan mother from being kidnapped, and then there was stuff going on that in I understood that inside their clan, okay, there was some who were against the clan mother. That my understanding is correct.
Well, there's wasn't anyone specifically against the clan mother, but there were a couple of either low-level nobles or servants for the clan mother specifically, or clan royalty specifically, that were
Hmm.
talking about basically just gossiping about her. There wasn't anything specific about specifically being after her or against her in any way.
Yeah. What I understood from that conversation was that there were those who didn't agree with the way succession was arranged as Noric took over. And they thought the clan mother shouldn't have had any say in what happened. Maybe I just assumed that and dreamed about it.
Not that's what I was saying. It sounded like there was turmoil in the ranks about the clan mother, and now these people are something underneath the tarp. It's half dead, and they didn't notice anything. And they were going to the grand hall.
Yeah, Baron
Just
Baron will look at the whoever said that there was no undead problem in Austin, and he will say, the group that I am leading to Austin was told on a few accounts, that there are some issues with undead creatures in Austin, and you're on your way from Austin to the clan hall, and unbeknownst to you, you had an undead creature with you, but you say that there's no undead problems in Austin.
No, he didn't. He didn't say there were no undead problems. He said he didn't know there was any undead on the wagon.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry to confuse
oh,
people.
hey, I I remember what I am.
I guess in that case he would say, well, we've taken care of your undead problem. I guess we will be on our way.
Because of our at least advertised mission to Austin, I think it would be better if we let them go on down the road to the clan hall rather than have them return to Austin.
Oh, definitely.
Because we don't want them raising any additional suspicions or arguments against us making a deal.
Yep. I agree.
So they can just take their wagon with its dead mess and go on.
Um, one of the bear riders will, um, at this point, he's put his weapons away, and he'll step up to Baron and hand him a stack of gold. Says it's not much, but just want to make sure you understand we appreciate you taking care of that for us, and I can't imagine the um, Master Smith in Clan Hall would appreciate having to take undead in with his shipment.
Baron will laugh and say, "That would be a sight."
Well, we better get a move on. He kind of nods at the rest of them, of his group, and the guy kind of uses his the driver of the wagon pulls a dagger out of his belt, kind of uses it to scrape the fur out of the wagon, and kind of push it out of the wagon, and just lets it fall on the ground. Then he pulls the tarp back over, reties it, and they climb back in and continue on down the road. And both the bear riders mount up again, and they kind of stare at Durkar as they walk past, or as they ride past, but they don't say anything.
And with all of that, it's our hope, or at least my hope, that though they know that there are several of us here, they don't know how many.
Yeah, once they didn't even question the shots from the trees. At this point, they're just like, yeah, they obviously aren't here to attack us. So we might as well just get on along on our way and be done with it.
As the wagon rumbles on, I stop and look at the mess in the road and think, normally I'd recover that arrow, but I don't really want it. It'd probably make my whole quiver smell. So I'm going to pass.
I think enough to last me until we go to the next place to buy equipment.
Okay, so it means we need to have enough combat that Reardon runs out of arrows before he gets a chance to recover them. Gotcha.
Well, you'll play hell trying to run me out of arrows. You remember I persuaded the smith to give me 200.
I think somebody's trying to challenge me.
No, I just don't believe you're going to be able to find that many targets between here and Austin. This is not a challenge. It's just a logical conclusion.
Gotcha.
as we camp some night and fall into some weird trap and get buried in a freaking cavern with 70 miles of undead creatures.
Oh, no. Let's not get too imaginative there.
Anyway, we took care of that undead, and I think we need to move on. It's getting a little ripe around here.
I'm going to at least take my shovel and shovel it off into the barrow so it's not in the road. Then we'll dig the shovel in deep in the dirt to clean it. And put it back in my pack. And then I'll head forward whenever Baron wishes.
Okay.
And Valakat, who stayed entirely quiet that whole time, or tried to, given the fact that dwarves in general don't like humans, will slowly make their way back to the road.
Okay. The party continues on for the rest of the day. As night comes to, as the day comes to close, and sun starts to set. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I would hope that Baron would find us a campsite. And again, I'll volunteer to see if I can find firewood.
Gurkar will volunteer to try and find a campsite.
Okay, and
Okay, give me survival rules.
anybody want to volunteer to give us do some hunting, get us some meat?
I'll go and try to find some meat.
Okay, everyone give me survival rules.
Well, I'm just not doing very good with this. Hunting for firewood.
Valakat will go out and look for tincture herbs again.
Okay, give me
An hour.
a survival check with Alcat as well. Okay, you find one tincture herb. Or one, enough to make one tincture. Enough herbs to make one tincture. Aramil, you find enough wood for an hour. Enough dried wood for an hour, that is. Durkar finds a kind of a copse of trees right up against the side of a large boulder, which makes for a fairly well enclosed camp. It's not perfect, but it's comfortable. And Reardon, how long are you gonna go out hunting?
About an hour.
Okay. Okay. Almost immediately, you run across tracks to the some deer tracks, and you're thinking, okay, this is gonna be an easy night. You can start to follow the tracks, and they seem to lead away for a good time. Um, you're about 35, 40 minutes into following these tracks um, when it just seems like the tracks seem to be getting older than fresher. Um, almost like the deer is moving faster away from you than you are coming up on it. Um, so you're about 35 minutes into this. You've been traveling for about 35 minutes. Do you want to turn around and go back? Start heading back and try to find something on the way back? You want to continue trying to follow this gear?
No, I'm gonna try to find something on the way back.
Okay. Um, on the way back, you notice a rabbit hollow, and as you stop to look at it, you can actually see two rabbits sticking their heads out of it. And watching you. As you kind of stop and watch for a little bit, you can see several others kind of sneaking around nearby. So there are plenty of rabbits here if you want to try to get some.
Sure.
Okay. Um, give me a few attacks for however many you want to try to get.
Okay.
They're pretty good sized rabbits, so.
Okay.
Okay. Um, all four of your arrows hit, and managed to skewer rabbits as more rabbits go scattering away from this confrontation. So you have four fairly good sized rabbits pinned to the ground.
I'll go and gather up my four rabbits, remove the arrows, go ahead and do the pre-work for them, and then head back to camp.
Okay.
And once I get back to camp, I'll go ahead and start skinning them.
While he's skinning them, I'll get the fire going and rig up a couple, or I guess 4 spits so we can have roast rabbit.
Okay. You get
I
back.
will put,
It's taking you a little longer than an hour, but you do get back with plenty of food.
I want to keep rabbit pelts.
Okay. Give me a survival check to see how well you skin them. Okay. You know what you're doing as far as skinning is concerned, but for some reason you don't know. Maybe your knife needs to be sharpened, or maybe the damage from your arrow was just too catastrophic. But the pelts that you're getting off these rabbits they're just not in very good shape.
Ah, hi.
Okay, Sky, go ahead and give me a roll for your tinctures. Okay. Unfortunately, the first one does not work out very well. Um, Maybe your alchemy supplies weren't quite as clean as you thought they were, or you're not really sure what. But you got a potion out of it. You're just not 100% certain it'll do what you want it to do, or if it'll do only what you want it to do. Um, you clean up your supplies and start the second one, and it works much better this time. So you definitely have one that worked. The other one is questionable. You're not sure what it'll do. So it's a sleep tincture with question mark.
I'll go in when we after dinner and after we get settled in. I will take that potion.
Okay. Sounds good. Um, I guess is there anything anyone else wants to do? Because you still have some time left before you would normally head to bed.
I'm sure Durkar will play with his Pseudo Dragon.
Pseudo.
Pseudo seeds, whatever.
Pseudo.
Yeah. Spelled Pseudo.
I know.
Actually, technically, it's spelled Pseudo.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys head off to bed. What are you guys doing for watches? Or do you want to set watches?
Oh, I'll take a watch.
And I'll take the second one.
Okay, Aramil, give me a perception check.
Well,
Ooh. Um,
I guess I'm more tired than I thought.
Valakad, give me a... Just roll a d20 for me, Valakad.
That's kind of splitting it right down the middle.
Right? You should roll again, Valakad. Okay. Okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, Aramil. You watch everyone lay down to go off to bed. Or lay down to sleep. You watch Valakad taking their tincture and everything like normal. And they lay down. You can hear the breathing slow, and then you kind of walk around the perimeter of camp, and then you sit down with your back to the boulder. And Valakad, the next thing you hear, because you can't seem to sleep, is that Aramil is snoring. Valakad, you were wide awake, staring at the sky, and suddenly you hear Aramil start to snore.
I will get up and kind of feel my chest, like, why am I up? And then I will look over at both the elves and go, who is... whatever. I'll go kick Aramel's foot gently.
And I wake up with a start. Oh, I did it, didn't I?
Looks like it. I didn't know if it was you or him, but apparently this isn't working tonight, so get you back up, and I'm gonna try and go back to sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Airman will give me another perception check.
See if we can do better. A little better.
Okay. This time you decide to stay on your feet.
So, yeah, splash water in my face. And kind of shake my head and try to wake up. And I'm going to make a track outside the shadow of the camp and just circle and keep circling. And occasionally turning around and going back the other direction.
Okay. Yeah, you spend the rest of your watch patrolling just outside the firelight of the camp. It's quiet. You can see Valakad tossing and turning all night. Maybe a few occasional frustrated growls. Because they can't seem to sleep. But other than that, your watch is uneventful.
All right, then I'll go and wake Ridden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yawn, stretch, get up.
Yep. And nothing happened other than me falling asleep. Nothing happened. Valakad is tossing and turning like his tincture's not working. But there's no problems with anything outside the camp.
All right.
I'm going to go get a trance in, and you have a good night.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, go and give me a perception check. Okay. You spend the rest of your you spend your watch watching the camp. I mean, there's not really much more going on outside of Valakad tossing and turning. It's a pretty quiet night. That's about it. That's about all there is to it.
Yeah. And in my shift, I'll wake everybody up and go over and make sure the fire's out and cold.
Well, I get up and unwrap a cold piece of cooked rabbit and chew on it for my breakfast. That and a little water. And
That just doesn't sound very appealing.
well, we eat cold chicken. I mean, We don't necessarily, but a lot of people eat cold chicken.
I know, and I have before too, but I don't know. It just doesn't
Oh,
sound very appealing.
well, okay, rabbit cooks and tastes pretty much like chicken, so
Okay, well,
whatever. It's been cooked, so it should be safe to eat,
okay.
and it gets me away from using a ration, which is really ho hum.
Rather take your chances of being poisoned.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's been long enough that I get sick from this.
I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you're right. The rations tend to be uh, a last resort.
They wear thin after a while.
Okay, Valakad, as Reardon makes his way around camp, waking everyone up, you are still wide awake. Um, there was no sleep for you last night. You feel very restless, very um, ready to get your day moving. You don't feel even slightly tired. So, yeah.
Interesting. Totally not expecting that, but interesting.
Okay. Um,
I'll get up and get my stuff ready and be like, so are we ready? Are we ready? We should go. Are you ready? Everybody ready?
oh my god. He's channeling the Tickle Belly Nomad.
Yeah.
Which way did they go? Which way did they go?
Yeah.
Well, I get my stuff together, and I'm ready when you guys are.
I'm ready.
Valakad's
We
obviously
have,
ready.
we have the leader of this group. Be ready.
Baron gets up and heads off towards the road. Well, I guess. I don't know if that's what he does, Valakad.
What's that?
Is that what Baron does?
Yeah, I would imagine.
I keep forgetting that he's actually your character.
I'm impartial. It is just a character until somebody stops with his mentoring program.
I swear to God, this dog. She goes and takes a drink, and she comes away with water everywhere. I mean, it's on her head, it's all over her face, it's on her head, on her back, on her butt. I don't know what the hell she does with that water.
Shower.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys continue on the road. Give me a survival check with Baron.
I fall in behind and trudge north.
I'll just start walking down the path.
Okay.
I'll follow behind them, and I'm sure their car, as usual, will hold on to his shield and take up the rear.
That is where he likes to. I'm gonna stop that comment right there. He enjoys being rear guard. Let's just leave it there. Um. Let's see. Okay. Um. You guys continue off towards northeast, following the road. Um. You guys stopping for lunch?
Not typically.
I don't see any need to.
Okay. Um. A short time after what would normally be your lunch, um, we're talking, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock. Everyone give me a perception check for you three. Valakad, Reardon, and Aramil. Okay, Reardon did not see anything. He is not paying attention to anything but the back of Baron's head. And Aramil is paying attention to the back of Reardon's head. And that's about it. Valakad. Um,
What?
um, as you are walking down the road, Baron, Reardon, and Aramil all pass right by it. But just off the edge of the road, you see a small humanoid figure. Maybe a foot tall, foot long, a little over a foot, maybe a foot and a half. Just laying there, kind of halfway propped up against a stump. And you kind of stop and do like a double check and look at it again, and you realize it's a doll.
A creepy looking doll? Or a normal looking doll?
Is there any other kind?
um. Well, it's incredibly lifelike,
Creepy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
and its eyes kind of seem to follow you as you move.
I will speak up about this point and say, are you not seeing that over there? That is, that doesn't look normal to me.
I look over and say, I have to agree with you, but I don't know why I couldn't see that before. Guess I just
It's creepy.
tunnel vision. I'll walk over and pick it up. It seems like it's a combination of wood and plaster.
As you pick it up, it um from out of nowhere, it has this very hollow, disembodied voice that says, "Mama."
With that, I startled, drop it.
As it hits the ground again, it says, "Mama."
I'll take my trident out and poke it with the butt.
Again, it says, "Mama."
You're cutting off, was it Mama?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Maybe you ought to use the other end of that trident.
That's what I thought he was going to do to begin with. I, let's pick it up and put it back where it was, and
Mama.
follow the little brick road.
And I check it out and really having issues with this. Can I determine anything about this strange icky doll?
What kind of thing are you trying to determine? Like, are you trying to determine if it's
Is it
magical?
alive?
Is it alive?
Is it alive?
Um,
I'm having like
give me
I'm
a
having like Chucky and Chucky Bride like images going through my head going, please, please don't attack me while I'm trying to sleep.
Okay, give me a medicine, nature, or arcana check. I'll let you do any of the three. Your choice. Does not appear to be alive.
Okay, I'm good with leaving it by the wherever it was propped up. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Against the stump.
Yes, that's great. That's
Okay. So you guys leaves it all there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Out of all the things I've thrown at you guys that I thought would creep you out, the doll is the one that actually does it. I'm loving it.
Well, remember that we're all quite familiar with the Chucky movies and other such puppet type movies.
Oh, you how many times a doll created disaster? No, we ain't messing with dolls.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh, I'm loving it though. That's awesome. Um, you guys get to your camp for the night, or well, as sun goes down, you guys want to set up camp.
sure.
Yeah, we ain't made it no further than where we started.
Okay. Just
Sure, Carter will do us it.
okay.
And again, I'll try to find some firewood.
Try for a third 10.
Fourth.
Well, third for firewood.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
It would have been better.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think that's going to cut it.
Yeah, Aramil, you can't find any wood that's not still alive. You can't find any dead wood for the fire, so you either got to go with
Yeah.
smoky or none.
Well, I sure
I'm gonna
don't.
go out and look for some firewood. And I guess I ain't finding any either.
Nope.
Well,
That's okay. You know something? We need to have a cold camp anyway,
yeah.
because we're gonna eat rations.
Yeah.
And as far as Durkar finding a camp, um, he finds a good place as long as it doesn't rain. If it rains, you guys are gonna get soaked.
Doesn't look like it's gonna rain. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freak storm comes in.
We're just batting 1,000 here.
Well,
And Valakat will go out for an hour and look for more sleep tincture herbs.
Yeah. And this time, throw away the bad one if you have another bad one.
It was great. I got no sleep. I was wide awake.
Yeah. And you've been irritable all day.
No, it's been great all day. It's been amazing. The top of my game. I could only hope to do whatever the hell I did last night again.
Well, you're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, incidentally, here you are, some, 24 hours after drinking that tonic, or tincture. You're still not tired.
Roro.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take out a ration and chew on it. I'll try for another watch again. Hope I can do better.
Valkai, you want to give me a roll for your tincture?
For looking.
Yeah, that's what you
Yep,
said,
there you
right?
go. Yep.
Okay. Um, how long are you searching?
For an hour.
14.
So after an hour, it'll probably be too dark for me to do much.
Do you give up after an hour, or you keep going until you find something?
I'll keep going till I find something. I'll use
Okay.
torches.
Okay. After about an hour and a half, you do finally find enough herbs for one tincture.
Cool.
Um, yeah, you guys are having a cold camp tonight. Apparently.
So you got the herbs, but you have no way to make your tincture.
Yeah, I still got a tincture from last night.
He's got more made anyway, or they've got more made anyway, don't you? Or are you just down to the
Yeah,
one?
I'm down to one tincture made, and I've got 2 herbs. And I will go ahead and make 2 more tonight, or attempt to.
Don't you need fire?
To make them? No, I don't think so.
Okay, I misunderstood what it was then.
Um,
Mixing herbs and water at different resolutions per se. Probably need fire for a potion of healing though.
different solutions, yeah. Go ahead and give me. You said you wanted to make 2.
Yep.
Okay, you know what you're doing. Damn. Okay. You managed to make the first one. It's standard or tincture, no problems. Second one, unfortunately, fails miserably. No clue why it didn't work, but it just comes out as mud.
Sounds good.
Okay. I think when that's done, we're doing watches.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You doing first watch, Aramil? Is that what
Sure.
I heard? Okay. And
I'll
then,
stay up with him for a couple hours before I try and go to bed,
okay.
since I'm obviously not tired, and I am not going to take a tincture tonight.
You're not? Ooh.
Yep.
Um,
It doesn't look like I'll fall asleep, at least.
the first half of your shift goes pretty well. You have um, Valcat awake to keep you company. Is there any RP you guys want to do during
Mm,
the 2 hours?
no, I think I better pay attention to the surrounding area instead of getting wrapped in a conversation. So I'll spend most of my watch wandering around from time to time, just keeping it as random as I can.
Okay. Um, Wow. um, first half of your watch is uneventful. Pretty quiet
I
night.
don't like the sound of this.
Well, that's the point at which um Valakad is going to bed. That's why I had to break it up.
Okay.
Um, that
And
being
you said,
said, halfway through your watch, Valakad uh, decides to go to bed. And Valakad, you're saying you're not using a tincture tonight?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw. Okay, we'll see how that goes for you later. Um, second half of your watch, Aramil is also quiet. Um, you do hear um, Valakad tossing and turning again. Um, but other than that, nothing really happens during your watch. It's, yeah, it's quiet, uneventful. Not much to say.
all right, is Reardon taking the other half?
That's what was
Yeah.
agreed to.
Okay. Then I'll go over and wake him up.
Okay, I'll get up.
Yeah, and say it's been a real quiet night. Valak had laid down about 2 hours ago and did not take a tincture, and he's been tossing and turning ever since. Other than that, it's been a very quiet night.
Okay, I'll keep an
Oh,
eye out on him.
yeah, and I'm off to my trance, and have a good night.
All right. I'll start my watch.
Okay, give me a perception check. Very good. Okay. Um, about 3/4 of the way through your watch, Reardon,
Yeah.
a um, two owls land on a branch pretty close to the camp. Excuse me. Um, they both start to hoot very loudly back and forth at each other. Um, before very long, it starts to sound like two old women gossiping. And they're very loud. Um, Everyone give me perception checks at disadvantage. Except for Reardon, because, Reardon already knows you're there.
I was gonna say, I wonder if owl tastes like chicken.
Yeah, I was thinking the same sort of thing. Maybe we'll have owl stew tomorrow night.
Holy cow, you guys! 4 of you and none of you rolled above 10?
Well, it's a peaceful night. And all that chatter kept us sleeping.
Wow. Okay, well, nobody wakes up. But they are loud and... yeah, annoying. What do you want to do, Reardon? You gonna ignore him or shut him up? Chase him away, whatever you want to do.
Oh, well. Where am I at time-wise in my watch?
There's about an hour before sunrise.
Nah, let's just let them hoot themselves to whatever, okay?
Okay.
We're pretty well. We're within a day's travel to the town, right?
Yeah, you should hit it sometime on next day.
Yeah.
Okay. Then your watch ends, for the most part, uneventful, outside of the owls hooting.
Talkative owls. I'll go around and wake everybody up.
Okay.
Go over to my gear packet.
I'll get up and pack my gear.
Okay, with that, as we start the new day, we'll go ahead and take over, or pick it up next session, as it is after 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, we ran a little long, but I wanted to get through the night watches before we ended.
You thought I was going to take my bow out, shoot them owls, didn't you?
I did.
I just heard that there were 2 of an animal creature, and I was like, a black one and a white one. Damn it, Laria, stay in your own game.
Yeah.
No, just 2 owls. I didn't even give them a description, just 2 owls. Hooting back and forth. But again, we'll take this up next week, next session. Hopefully we will have others here, although I'm thinking...
Possibly not.
Durkar probably won't be here because he already said something in the schedule conflicts about the 9th. And then of course Kenny won't be here, so. But if you guys really want to, we can still play next on the 9th if you want to. Considering Kenny is...
Somebody killed Kenny.
He's doing that unforgivable thing.
Yep.
Work.
It's a 4-letter word, damn it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I got